Hello and welcome back to Farm Like a Bomb. We're on board our T7 290 here, which has just finished mowing and tedding field 17. And I'm just going to get it going on field 19 with the baler wrapper and the front mower. First I'm going to put away the bits we don't need. Now the reason we're making the silage bales on field 19 is to purely just sell them today. So we've got a little bit more money available in order to get some animals. The liming and the fertilising so far has hit us quite hard. I've spent about 40,000 on fertiliser and lime already today, and it's, what time is it? It's midday just about, so we need to recoup some money. So I'll drop off the butterfly mower. I'm just going to be using the single one, and we'll stick the tedder over here. Oh, it's picked it up again. Brilliant. Oh, has it dropped the mower as well? Wow, this is going well so far. Picked a really good garage to put everything away in. I'm sure that door's got narrower. We are on Marwell Manor 1.1 now. There's been an update in the mod hub, and all the little problems I think have been fixed by Oxygen David. The sell points and everything are all working now, and the big area of land sort of in between the fields that used to be 17 million to buy is now free. I think I'll just check that. It's either free or we already own it all. No, it's free, so yeah, we'll buy that. Wow, now we own a lot of land. Whether there's much we can make use of, I'm not sure, but it should allow us to sell everything that we want to sell a little bit more easily. So I'll nip over to the store now and get the baler wrapper, and we'll set this going on field 19. So the harvest is finished there on field 15 as well, and we've got a big load of barley in the silo, some of which I'll be using for chickens at some point when we get those, and then the rest I'll sell when there's a good price. And as you saw in the intro video, the spraying and liming on field 18 has also finished. So the next thing after this, I'll be getting a T8 going with the Cultiplow on field 18. Trying to keep as many jobs going at the same time as I can. Obviously it's a lot more efficient that way, and I can make use of courseplay or hired workers to get a lot more jobs done a lot quicker. So, see if my driving has improved any. I'm just checking on here, because we fertilised field 19 to try and get a bit more yield out of the grass. We should have increased the yield by 25% there. Obviously it's not limed, as we couldn't do that as it was already ready to harvest, and there was no way of changing the field state in order to get a second fertilizing in. Obviously that has to progress to the next growth stage, or something else has to happen, like liming, cultivating or ploughing in between the two fertilizations. You can't just layer two fertilizations over each other, unfortunately. And the liming on field 18, which lasts for 3 harvests, should have hopefully increased the yield for those 3 harvests by 15% each. And I'm just hoping that covers the cost, which I think is around 20,000 at the moment of the lime. So we'll find out. I'm not entirely sure on that one. The game would be a little bit broken if on hard economy liming didn't actually improve the amount of money you made, but we'll see. Alright, we're at field 19, so I'm going to set this off mowing and making some silage bales on here. I'm going to use Courseplay again. So we're in the field work mode. We're on field 19. Width of the mower there is 3.1 meters. We'll start from here. Headlands is a tricky one with this because it's very narrow. We're going to have to do quite a lot. I'm going to try it at about 10. And something a bit unusual for this one, I'm going to try doing the main body of the field first. This could be a little bit unconventional. You definitely wouldn't be doing it in real life. But the reason I want to try this is if you do the headlands first while you're making bales, there'll obviously then be loads of bales around the perimeter of the field, and then when you come to do the main body of the field, there'll be a lot of bales in the way as you're trying to turn around. So I thought I'll try the main body first, and then we'll do 10 laps of the field afterwards. Let's see how that goes. Generate course. Start from the first waypoint. This is going to look a bit strange, but I'm hoping it's going to work. The good thing about doing the headlands last is obviously it'll tidy up all those edge bits afterwards. So we're just looking at the main body of the field at the moment, which if we look on the Courseplay map, we're about here, so it's just doing lines at the moment. That's going to take a long time though, which is why I wanted to get it going first. Looks like 10 headlands is about right, it only just made that turn. Not quite sure why the mower isn't disengaging as it turns, but it shouldn't matter. This looks very messy. Well, I'll come back to that in a bit and see what it looks like. I'll just stay with it until it puts the silage bale out so you can see what happens there. good thing about courseplay over a hired worker is it knows when it's using a round baler, and it knows that it has to stop when that baler gets full to unload the bale, or in this case put it onto the wrapping part of the baler. I always think that's a very cool animation, the way it does that. And you start to see why technology like this costs so much. This baler was around 70,000. Not sure what they are in real life. Probably not that much, but they might be. Right, the next thing on our jobs list is the ploughing on field 18. So I'm going to be using the T8 for that, which was specifically bought to pull the culti plough. So I'll head back to the farm and drop off the trailer. And I might just check how much we got off that field 15 while I'm there. Didn't look at the final yield of that crop. It's always good to keep a record. Of course, we only have 100,000 litres in this silo, and I think there's another 200,000 at the other farm. So we got 78,836 litres of barley there. Not bad. And that's not the maximum yield at all that that field can give us. So that's alright. I'll just drop the trail off here for now. And we'll head up to the shop and I'll get the culti plough. It looks like I've missed a bit there with the lime, but that's actually where the sprayer went over the lime, so it hides the lime state again. It is all covered, honestly. It's not here. I already brought it to the farm. Oh well, what a waste of petrol. Diesel. So the worker's already brought the culti plough down to the yard. So I'll just go and pick that up. And then we can get this started on field 18. Another long job. I wanted to get the two longest jobs started straight away. And then we can get some other work done. The windrow needs doing on 17. And then there's a lot of baling to do everywhere. I may even hire another baler, not quite sure yet. Normally we'd only run with one baler, but it could be worth having two in this scenario. So, it's field 18. We'll bring up courseplay. Cultivating and ploughing is all under field work. 7.8 metre width is the actual width of it. Headlands for this, I think 3 might be a little bit low, so we'll go with 4, and we shouldn't have any problems with the edge of the field. And I think it's general practice to do the main body of the field first with things like this, so we'll go for that. And there are no islands. Generate course. I'm not sure where it's going to put the first waypoint. When you do the main body of the field, it can be somewhere else. You actually select the end point when you make the course rather than the starting point, and notice it's changed to ending location there. So I think the start point is down there. So from here we should be okay to start from the first waypoint, and it will go and find that hopefully without driving into a shed. doing? You're gonna roll it. Nice. I'll activate the diff locks there, see if that makes any difference in case we get into any more problems like that. So the first waypoint's just there. If we have a look at the map that it's made of the course. That's the starting location up in the top part of the field there. The line looks great on the tyres. I think that's a brilliant mod, a real dirt mod. Alright, we'll check back on the T8 in a bit. Meanwhile, we need to get the T6 going. I'm going to use that to windrow the hay that we tedded in the last episode on field 17. And after that I'm going to use the T5 to pick up some of the silage bales and we'll start selling those and get some money coming in. I've got stuck on something inside the lime spreader there. Oh, it's not folded up. So we need to unload the lime there. So I think the next time you use this it'll probably be used for fertiliser. So this seems to be my kind of ditching stuff point. So I'll try and unload that there. Without crashing into my other tractor. The way things are going so far, I wouldn't be surprised. Come on. There we go. Right. And we'll put the lime spreader away in here, I think. Seems like a good shed to store some of the larger stuff. Oh, we're not going to need the front loader for a while, so I'll leave that in here as well. Okay, off to get the windrower, which is at the shop still, I think. T6 is rapidly becoming one of my favourite tractors. I'd say my favourite overall was the T7. After I saw one in real life and stood next to it and saw how awesome it was. Obviously other tractor brands are available, but we're doing a New Holland theme on this map. The main reason for that being they are my current favourite brand. But I do think they are a generally good choice, probably in real life as well, certainly in the game. Good value for money, I think, and you seem to be able to do a lot with them. T6 itself seems to be very versatile and has a decent amount of power as well. So for this, scene as the windrower and the tedder are a relatively similar width, I'm just going to use the same course that we used when we mowed and tethered it, which is gone. So I thought I'd save the course for 17. Obviously I haven't, because I can't seem to find it. So I'll just quickly make another one. Field 17, 9 meter width. Three headlands should be okay. And we need to circle islands, and that should do it. Before I forget, this windrower has a work mode. You can either put the row out to the left, to the right, or in the centre. So I think just for ease of picking up the bale using the same course, I'll set it to centre, middle, and that should be good to go. Typical. This windrower doesn't seem to want to play with courseplay. I think I'll need to lower it and turn it on just to make sure it's going. Some mods, and indeed some in-game equipment, doesn't seem to quite work properly with courseplay, but it is still early days for Courseplay 6. It's still in beta testing, and well, on 17 it remained in beta testing for the whole length of the game, for the 2 years that we all played that. But it's an ongoing process, it gets better and better, and as you can see it is working fine. I just needed to turn it on and lower it. Well, as that windrower is leased, I'm now thinking it's probably not the one I'm going to buy when it comes to it. Leasing the equipment to start with is actually a good way of working out any niggles you might have with various stuff before you commit yourself to spending a big chunk of money on a piece of equipment. And this is 100 grand, so I think I'll definitely look at something else. Let's have a quick check back on the other tractors, see how they're getting on. So it's getting going on the main body of the field now. Obviously that bit of the edge will all be covered as he does the perimeter of the field with the headlands at the end of the course. And the baler is nicely dropping the bales right at the edge where I didn't want it to, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so while those 3 tractors are working away, I'll use the T5 to pick up some of those silage bales that we've made. I'm going to sell them at the Southviews Farm sell point. You can also sell silage at the BGA, and they'll be made into biogas or digestate. So I'll just put the sprayer back in here and we'll crack on. So I think what I'll do is sell the first few loads at the Southviews Farm point, just to recoup some money for today. We're going to need a bit more money for getting the seeding done on 18 and later on 15 hopefully. And we also need to buy some animals, at least today. I want to get the horses, just so we don't waste a single day with the training of the horses. We are using horse helper mod, so I won't have to ride them myself every day for 5 to 10 minutes, whatever it is. Horse helper does charge you though, I think it's £300 per horse per day, so that's quite a fair chunk, but it is worth it, as a horse costs 5,000 initially, and after 10 days it's worth 50,000 as long as it's fed and watered, and obviously you have horse helper riding it for you. So 8 horses is going to be 40,000, so we do have enough for that at the moment, but I don't want to leave myself too short to get the seeding done, as obviously that needs to be started today as well. I'm thinking I'm going to put soybeans on field 18. It's a good money crop to get us started. Obviously the yield on that is lower than wheat and barley, but the value is more than double I think usually. And then on field 15 I'm going to sow oats, so we've got some more feed for the horses. I do have some oats left in the silo from what we started the game with, but that will only do a couple of days I think with the horses. So we'll need to get 15 planted today as well, after I've picked up all that straw. And the price for the silage bales isn't actually the best today, hence why I'm only going to sell what I need to. And then, as I said, I think I'll take the rest to the BGA, but you only get the money for that overnight. I think it comes in at midnight, whereas a normal sell point is instant, so we'll get some cash straight away. I think I'll prioritise the ones that are on the edge of the field, because I'm pretty sure they're going to get in the way things have been going so far. Whoops. Alright, so we'll take these down to South Hughes Farm. So the sell point for your bales is straight ahead in that barn there. I'll just turn it around here. And they should all disappear. So we've got £5,748 for 8 bales there, which doesn't seem too bad. So the T6 has finished windrowing on 17. I think what I'm actually going to do is hire a second baler. I'm going to use the T6 to bale the straw and the hay while the other baler, the baler wrapper, is still going on 19. It seems a little bit excessive, but I think as soon as we've sold one load of silage bales more, that'll cover the cost of leasing that. I think it's worth it just to speed up the time there. And there's a very cheap New Holland round baler that I like to use. So I'll head over to the shop and lease that. Yeah, so I think the New Holland roll belt is the cheapest option for this anyway. Might not be a bad one to purchase at some point, but for now I'm going to lease it, which is only 2,500. So when we're picking up the straw left by the harvester, we should be able to load up the same course that we used for the harvester, and it should follow behind in the centre where it dropped the swath. There we go. Now it will miss a few little bits, mostly on the corners. Obviously the swath is coming out of the back of the harvester, and as it swings round, the turns are slightly wider than this will follow, but it's no problem just to pick up those little bits at the end. And we can use the same trailer that we're picking up the silage bales with to pick up these. So that'll get going on there, and then after that we'll get it going picking up the hay. Right, let's sell some more silage. As you can see, it's missed the odd bit there, but I don't think that's too bad. We'll go around and collect that at the end. So I'm going to store the bales in this barn. Seems like a good place to do it. T6 has managed to drive over a bale somehow, so I'll try and steal that from under it. There we go. Very realistic, I'm sure you'll agree. There's one more thing I wanted to get done in this episode, and that is to buy the horses. So we're over at Greendale Stores, where the animal dealer is. This is a kind of multi-buy point, sell point for various different things. And the animals are over here. So we're using our leased animal transport trailer. As I said in the first episode, it is a lot cheaper to buy or lease your own trailer rather than paying delivery every time. Especially with horses, as you have to obviously buy and sell them every 10 days, so you'll save a lot of money this way. So we're going to get 8 horses. I'm just going to get one of each. Confirm, that's 40,000. They are in there, I think. There we go, crammed in. I'm sure they're very comfortable. sure it's normally cars that get stuck behind tractors. They are very slow on this game. So this is where we're going to be keeping the horses. A nice built-in paddock in the map. We didn't have to buy. As far as I know, we can do everything with the horses that we need to without having to buy this land. It's as though we're just providing the feed and transporting them around for whoever lives here. So we'll just move them over to the paddock. And there we go, we have horses. So I'm going to end the episode there. Hope you've enjoyed watching me fail at most things farming wise. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any feedback, please let me know in the comments. That's all for now. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.